do you want to see? My kitchen or my door? Neither, right? All right, let's see when everyone's getting make sure you can see my mat. That's the important part. Let's see what should do. All right, let's get live over here. Where are we? And we are live here. That didn't work. I thought I had all this worked out. Didn't I have all this worked out? Got a fancy stand now for my cameras. I still haven't got it figured out. Hey, you guys. How is everybody? That'll do, right? And you can see over here. All right. So I don't know who's with me, but we're here. We're just a minute or so until we get rolling. And I know people pop in, and I didn't put out an email this week. So if you aren't catching this live, it's my fault, and I apologize. But we're back, and we're ready. We're ready to roll again. And I think Karma's ready to roll again too. So how are we? Getting close. Getting close. All right. So I'm going to get started talking anyway, and as people pop in, they'll get the message. So I've been kind of laying low, obviously. Oh, I'm not even in frame over here. Hi, Sandy. Good morning. So yeah, I've been kind of laying low and not relaxing. I mean, you guys know me. That doesn't happen. But doing less, right? And then, of course, the craziness of this week, I got nothing accomplished. Just come home and try not to have the head explode. But today, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just Saturday or I'm kind of feeling pretty good. And I get my stitches out on Wednesday. So I've had, no problems, thankfully. But so it makes me kind of want to dance, right? And I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm over 50 now, right? So not that going to the club is really a thing in COVID anyway, but I'm a little too old for the club, I feel like. But there's got to be a fun place for older people to go. So if you know of these places, tell me, because again, not that I want to go to the club, but I like to dance, and I haven't in a long time, and I have this thing going on. So we're going to dance through our practice. And that sounds weird. And if you notice, I never have music on here, and I'm a little, I don't know for sure, I don't know enough, truthfully, to know about licensing and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know that I can use just anything, and there probably is things I can't, there are things I can, but I don't know about them. So if you know about that kind of stuff and you want to share that information too, that'd be cool. So it's fine to dance in your practice through the music. Totally fine. A lot of people do it. I play it at the gym. But truly, your dance should be in the rhythm of your breath and your body. Right? So even when in a normal class, when we're not kind of exploring this concept, when I'm cueing to come in or out of something, if your body or your breath is not there, then you wait until it is, right? And then you move in or out of that particular pose, or you skip it, right? Sometimes your body tells you that as well. So that's kind of the idea. You're going to move in and out of things with the flow of your, or the rhythm, right, of your breath and where your body is. I was gonna add a little squeaking, that'll be our music. So, so yeah, that's where we're gonna go today. We're gonna kind of, we won't be holding poses very much. So if you want to, sit longer in something, totally fine. If you want to skip, we're gonna have a little bit of vinyasa flow in there. If you want to skip the planks and all of that, you're welcome to modify anything like that. Right. So that's the idea. Uh, Again, you're at home in your space, and there may not even be anybody around. So what it ends up looking like for you is just entirely up to you, always. All right. So let's hit the mat. We're going to stand up. You guys are probably already on your mat, aren't you? All right. We're good. All right. So excellent. Bring your feet up underneath your hip bones. And then ground your feet down into the mat. Let your toes spread wide. See if you can feel your foot get a little bit wider to really firm up that foundation and your connection to the earth. Activating the legs, little tuck of the tailbone, engaging the belly, lifting the pelvic floor, lower belly in and up, tall through your sides. Heavy in through your shoulders. Let them just relax down away from your ears. Right? If this week has been particularly stressful, you may have found your shoulders up by your ears. Let them rest down. Standing tall through the crown of your head, feeling your ears over your shoulders, over your hips, over your ankles. Closing your eyes. And as you draw inward, find your rhythm. Find your natural rhythm, not necessarily your breath just yet. It will come. But see if maybe you can feel your pulse or your heartbeat. Find the rhythm of what your body is ready for today. And as your breath begins to expand, notice if that rhythm changes. Maybe it slows down even. Or maybe it brings you a little bit to life, right? Wakes you up. And whatever that rhythm is, allow yourself to connect to it. It is yours. This is your practice. And staying in that rhythm, on your next inhale, take the arms, stretch them up toward the ceiling. And then we're going to exhale, release them back down. Let's do it again. And once more. Let's come back to the top. When you get there, interlace your fingers, relax your shoulders. Exhaling, tip yourself over to the right. And then inhaling, bring yourself back to center. Flowing side to side, connected to your breath. And let your movements just kind of flow. So if you want to start maybe with this right shoulder dropped forward a little bit and then open it up and rotate more toward the ceiling as you come back up. Just kind of feel a little bit of a flow and a little bit of a dance. Moving side to side, feel the stretch. Let's go one more time like that on each side, play with it. And when you're back to center, just exhale and release your arms back to the sides. Let's inhale back up. With the exhale, rotate your left hand forward and your right hand back. Little twist over to the right. Inhaling to come back to center. And you're going to flow like that, taking the right hand forward and the left hand back. So again, connected to this rhythm of your breath. Notice where your body is. Maybe you want to let that right hip drop back a little bit. Maybe you want to keep the hips a little bit more square. So just find what it is and play. It may start off one way and end up somewhere else. Just to connect to whatever it is. Let's go one more time on each side like that. When you're back to center, just exhale, taking your arms back down to your sides. And then we're going to set the hands on the thighs. Belly's in. With the exhale, come forward into a half fold kind of place. And then a bend into the knees, and on the inhale, roll back up again. Playing here, forward on the exhale, and back up on your inhale. Feel the movement through the spine. And if there's any little variations you want here, take them. Let's go once more like that. And then we're going to bring it into that half fold kind of place and hold it here. So lean on the thighs. You can absolutely stay more static if that's where you feel like you need to be. You can even feel a little bit of a pulse, a little bit of a rhythm here, a little in and out. Maybe lengthening the spine on the inhale and maybe sinking a little bit deeper into your fold on the exhales. And however you make it there, begin to allow yourself to move a little deeper into your fold. If you're already at your stretch, you're done. Okay? But even there, holding more stationary, you can still feel a little bit of a pulse, right? So if you haven't yet, let yourself come to that stillness, so to speak. See if you can feel the pause in the rhythm. Or is there a pause? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's go ahead and step the right foot back, come into a lunge. Knee up or down, of course. This left knee over the ankle though. And just roll around into your hips a little bit. See if you can connect it to your rhythm, whatever that ends up looking like. If you want to play here longer, certainly do. Otherwise, let's go ahead and step the right foot forward. Back into the fold. And then go ahead and step your left foot back. Same thing, just kind of wiggle. And then we'll step forward back to the fold. Taking another moment here, maybe finding a little bit deeper stretch for yourself if that's where you are. And then let's make our way into down dog. And as always, we always wiggle and stretch and play a little bit here, right? So see if you can wiggle to your rhythm, your breath, whatever you got going on. And even as we kind of settle into the pose, grounding down into the four corners of the hands, sinking those heels toward the floor, maybe touching, maybe not. Even here, it's not quite static unless you really want it to be. And then we're going to connect to our breath here more by inhaling, shifting forward into a plank, and exhaling to move back into your down dog. So just nice and gentle forward and back. Definitely use your knees if you feel like you want your knees. You can always be down on your knees through the whole thing, right? So say a kneeling plank and then a child's pose, right? So bumping it up or bumping it down as your body needs, as the rhythm dictates, yeah? So let's go one more like that. We're gonna come forward and then back again. Holding in your down dog. And then here, stepping the right foot roughly halfway to the hands. Let the toes turn out to the right. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot. And your right hand can extend toward the ceiling. It can be on your hip. Make sure your belly is working here. Take a nice full breath here. We're not gonna hold. Make your way back to down dog. So again, it's just an expression of your rhythm. Stepping the left foot halfway up, roughly. Turning out. Extending the left arm. Maybe take a nice big breath. Give yourself a little stretch in this side plank. And then come on back down, down dog. Let's shift forward, come to plank. Drop on down to the belly. Sliding your hands next to your side ribs. Let's take a little shoulder roll. So with your breath, shoulders up by the ears, together on your back, down toward your hip bones. Exhaling as you come back down. So just flowing in through your shoulders. You can add the arms if you like, but you do not have to. It can be all about your shoulders here. Let's go once more. Releasing back down, we'll make our way back into down dog. From here, stepping the feet forward, let's come back to standing fold. So come halfway up on your inhale. Exhale back over. Sliding your hands up to your thighs, maybe. Let's come halfway up and sit back into chair. So just a little bit of rhythm here. Work your way in. Maybe with your inhales, lift your chest a bit more. Maybe with your exhales, sink into the hips. Again, just finding the flow, whatever little tweaks that means for you, right? So the feet are even, you're feeling grounded, rooted. The hands can be expressing whatever it needs to express. Right? Maybe taking a moment in stillness and finding that there's still a flow. On an inhale, let's stretch to the ceiling. And exhale the arms. Right. So coming up to the top of the mat, again, we're going to kind of use a sun salute kind of flow, right, to explore everything else. Make it yours. Let's inhale, stretch up. And then we're going to exhale, take it over into fold. Come halfway up, lengthening your spine. Exhaling your right foot back, let's come into a lunge. Drop the knee if you need, adjust your feet if they didn't land where you want them to. Take that left leg straight. Nice stretch over the leg. Remember to prop. And even here, maybe you feel like you're coming up out of the stretch a little bit, finding a deeper stretch somewhere else. Playing with the alignment. Maybe you want your feet a little wider, maybe a little bit more narrow. Maybe try shifting your hips a bit here. See if you can find a more aligned center, if that's you. What does it feel like to press that left foot into the floor? Allowing yourself to play. Go ahead and bend back into the knee. We'll step back into down dog. Shifting forward as we inhale. Taking it down to the belly. Little roll into your cobra. You can add or not with your arms. Releasing. Let's move back to our down dog. And then go ahead and step the right foot forward. So when the knee is bent, you definitely want to have knee ankle alignment, right? But as we take this left leg straight, if you feel like you want to try moving that right leg, maybe forward, maybe back a bit, finding where the stretch is, finding where alignment is, finding where your rhythm is. Let's take one more big breath. We'll bend back into the knee and step forward into fold. Halfway up. Exhaling back over. Feel the flow all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale the arms. Inhale back up. Taking it into fold, exhale. Halfway up. Exhaling, step the left foot back into your lunge. So here we want to keep the knee over the ankle, right? Sweep the legs toward each other, knee on the mat if you need. We're going to take it into a little twist. So right hand to the hip, rotating the belly, the side ribs, the shoulder. And then your play here can be more with your hips if that's where you are, or more with your twist, right? See if the belly will rotate more for a moment. Maybe you can just extend longer through the crown of your head. Maybe you want to play with this right arm. Feeling your rhythm, feeling where your body wants to be. And then releasing that. Step back, down dog. On an inhale, slide it forward, come into your plank. Remember, you can skip this part, taking it down, rolling into your shoulders, maybe pulling, maybe pressing with your hands. Exhaling to release that. Up and back, down dog. We'll step the left foot forward. Again, making sure you've got knee ankle alignment here. And then the rest is where you want to take it. So just bringing the left hand to the hip and rotating around. Make sure you just kind of shift and gently explore, connecting to your breath, connecting to where your body is taking you, rather than where your brain takes you, right? We're going to release the twist, stepping forward, back to fold again. Inhale, come halfway up. Folding back over. All the way, reaching to the ceiling. And exhale the arms. Back up again, inhale. and inhaling halfway up. Let's step the right foot back, coming back into our lunge. So again, looking for your knee ankle alignment here. Right, sweep the legs toward each other. The right knee can be on the mat. We're going to make our way up onto the thigh, lifting the upper body. So this is your warrior one variation, whatever that needs to look like. Right? You can even hop your back foot in and ground the heel back there. Play. You're never stuck in cement in any class, and certainly not in this class. This is your opportunity to really just connect and make it where you need it. Always, but especially today. Let's release it, coming back over into your lunge. We're going to step back to our down dog. Sliding forward, plank. And dropping down. Rolling into whatever variation, little cobra. And then making your way back to down dog. Let's bring the right foot forward. Again, looking for that knee ankle alignment, especially as you set up. And then climbing up, bringing your body into that warrior one variation. And maybe it's a little different from the other side. So you can find a little pulse. Maybe just a gentle shift. And then we're going to release it, coming back over into the lunge, stepping forward fold. Inhale from halfway. Exhale back over. And then all the way up. Releasing the arms. Inhale back up again. So lots of this. Take it forward into fold. We'll come halfway up. And step the left foot back into lunge. So that nice big step. Here we'll drop the back heel, right? And this is what I call making it fancy. Take your left hand, sweep it forward, up, and back into warrior two. So just check out your feet. See if they need to be aligned more aligned. And then kind of play here. What about those left toes? Do they need to point more forward or a little bit more open? Looking for your big toe. Feeling even on the four corners of your feet. Maybe a little pulse in and out with your hips. Maybe it's just length through your spine or evening up your hands in line with your shoulders. Let's cartwheel the arms back around, or windmill, or whatever you want to call it. Coming back into your lunge and then back to your down dog. Shifting forward plank. Drop it down. Into cobra. And then back down dog. Stepping the left foot forward. Drop the back heel. And then play with the arms, stretching that left hand forward, up and back. Finding the alignment. Finding the pulse, the rhythm, connection. Back in, as the body starts to work harder, the breath can kind of get out of control. And then we'll cartwheel back over again, back to lunge. Step forward into fold. Come halfway up. Folding back over. Reach to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale the arms. And let's do it again. Inhale the arms. Take it over into fold. Halfway up with your inhale. And let's step back with the right foot into our lunge again. So starting with the knee bend, let's go ahead and drop the back heel again. We're going to cartwheel the arms up. This time, go ahead and take the left leg straight. Reach forward over your toes and hinge over into your triangle. So prop, certainly if you need to prop. Maybe you come in and out a little bit. See if you can find the perfect place for your alignment, for your stretch, where you want to feel it. Taking one more breath. Let's go ahead and bend back into the knee, coming over into your lunge again. Step back, down dog. Shift forward into plank. And exhale it down. Roll to cobra. And then back to down dog. We're going to step the right foot forward. So again, looking for your alignment. That's pretty much where your feet need to be in these poses. So dropping the back heel, windmill the arms around. When you're there, take the right leg straight and stretch forward, hinging over. So play. One more breath. And then wiggle back around into lunge and step forward into fold. Halfway up on an inhale. Exhale back over. All the way up, reaching the arms. And then exhale, release. Again, inhale. Take it to fold. Halfway up. And then the left foot back into lunge. I forgot where we were. So let's stay on the back toes. Take the right leg straight again. So the left hand is going to stay put. The right hand will come to the hip. And we're going to rotate around into our twist. So lots of places to play here. Maybe you want this wide stance. Maybe you don't. You can always drop the left knee. Pop a block with a block under your hand maybe. You can extend the arm, you can play with the twist, you can play with your hips, you can play with the length of your spine. All kinds of places to move. Feeling the rhythm of where your body loves to be, where it's a little bit more challenging. Let's gently release what we got here. Step back to down dog. Shifting forward, come to plank. Dropping down to the belly. Roll to cobra. Maybe you want an up dog here. Hug your elbows in. Releasing back to down dog. Let's step the the right foot forward. No, where are we? Now, left foot forward. If you get too flowy, you forget where your brain is, right? So up on the back toes, down on the back knee, shorter stance if that's you. When you're ready, take the left leg straight and add your twist. And you can start in one place and end up in something completely different, right? And then releasing that back over again. A bend in the knee, we'll step forward into fold. Come halfway. Exhale it back over. And then all the way up, reaching for the ceiling and releasing the arms. So we got enough of that, right? We're still going to stay connected to that kind of flowing idea, even though maybe the poses are a little bit more static. Not completely, but more than before. More than a salute, that's for sure. So we're going to take our standing balance here. Go ahead and shift all your weight over into your left foot. Stand near a wall if you need the little support. We're going to lift the right knee, opening. And bringing that foot to the inside of the left leg, anywhere but on your knee joint. So you can have your toes on the floor or into the calf. You can pull all the way up into the thigh. Hug your legs together, which is why you don't want to put pressure on the knee. You don't want your knee going to the left, right? Grounding into the foot. Feel the weight shift in that left foot. And it'll shift all over the place if it doesn't make you fall down, right? Usually. Little tuck of the tail. Taking the arms, maybe bringing the hands to center. You can extend them. You can open them. And maybe you flow a little bit, maybe you sway. Looking up or not looking up, sometimes the eyes are the key. Notice what takes the wobble in the left foot too far. Just let the arms wave and rhythm to your breath, maybe. Feeling a stretch wherever you need a stretch. And then coming back to center. Releasing that side. And we'll go to the second side. So all the weight over into the right foot. Let's lift the left. Open and bring the foot into the inside of the right leg. Maybe in the same place as the other side and maybe not. Hug together, tuck, stand tall wherever you are. Connecting to the right foot, connecting into the foundation. Extending the arms, growing taller. And even that can be with your breath. Maybe in and out, maybe up and down. The hands can open, stay together, stretch and wiggle, sway side to side. Rotate in and out. And then we'll bring it back in and release it all. Feel flowy? So let's go ahead and extend the arms, reach to the ceiling. Gently take yourself over into a fold. Take your time all the way down. Maybe a little in and out here. Maybe bending into the knees. Shifting into your hips a little bit. Lift your head hang. Shake your head. We'll drop back into down dog. Sitting, or dropping down to the knees and sitting back on the heels. Do that in an order. And even in your child's pose, the rhythm may not be as obvious. You're not going in and out of something, but you certainly are breathing. Can you feel the rhythm of your breath against your thighs? And same ideas in lots of other places. Inhaling and maybe coming up out of it, maybe exhaling and sinking deeper into it. Just kind of see where it takes you. And at some point after you've sat here for a minute, if you wanted to open your knees, drop deeper into the hips there, maybe take your hands back by your heels and drop a little deeper into the shoulders. Just find where it is. And we usually think about child's pose as just restful, right? Taking a break from 7 million sun salutes or whatever it's been. But it's delicious all by itself. Right? So let's come to sit up on our heels here. And we're going to be on the tops of the knees, so if you definitely need some cushion, if you want a little towel or something over, you can just double up your mat. So let's go ahead and step the left foot forward. So about a 90-degree bend in the knee here. We want to hug the legs toward each other. Feel how the tailbone kind of tucks, keeping that idea. So your back foot can be flat to the floor. You can use a block here if you prefer. Maybe come up on the toes. So taking the right hand back, and you're going to either find your block, maybe find your calf. You can find your heel. Keep the legs hugging toward each other so the tailbone stays taut. Let your chest open and lift toward the ceiling. See how maybe the body will allow you to deepen, and maybe not so much. You can add that left arm stretching up, or maybe dropping the left shoulder back down toward the floor. Feeling the rotation there. And just working in and out. And sometimes after you've worked in and out, you can drop a little bit deeper. So kind of wiggling your way into it. Keeping everything nice and long in the spine though. If you feel any pinching, you need to come out of that. No pinching. We're going to take one more breath. Working to wherever your body allows you to. And then making your way back up. Releasing back to the knees. And then we're going to switch sides, so bring the right foot forward. Finding your center, finding stability, adding in a block on your left side or tucking your toes up under. Find where the best place for you is here. And then keeping the tail tucked, take the left hand to the calf maybe, to your heel, to your block, whatever you got. Hug in, and then play here. Maybe it's just a simple lifting of the chest. Maybe that brings you into a really, really lovely place. Okay? Make sure you don't let your head drop back. The back of the neck stays long too. And then whatever other little pieces you add. Remember when you take the arm away from the body or the leg, sometimes depending on where you are, it adds to the balance issues. Right? So you don't need the arm. It really all comes from the chest and the shoulder here. Feeling your rhythm. And then let's gently roll to the left, bring ourselves back up, back to the knees. And go ahead and sit on your heels. You can pop up on a block if that's better for you. But just take a moment here. Resist the urge to move directly into a fold. Give your spine some space and some time in the middle. And if you have a towel or you need to unfold your mat, go ahead and get rid of that. And then let's make our way into down dog again. So giving the spine a nice big stretch, still wiggling around, maybe into your shoulders instead this time. We'll drop back down to the knees. And then let's spread the legs around front. So making sure your pelvis is aligned, your belly is still pulled in, your spine is still really tall here. Let's inhale the arms. And we're going to exhale as we fold over the legs. And just like with our forward folds when we're standing, allow yourself to maybe come in and out a little bit. Feeling the inhalations lift and the exhalations sink. Maybe allowing your spine to round and then flatten again. Allowing a moment of stillness, that so to speak place, because even here, we still have a rhythm. With that next inhalation, let's come back up and then release the arms. So from here, bring the soles of the feet together. Drawing the heels in toward the groin. Let's sit up nice and tall, lifting the spine. You can hold here. You can draw your elbows in toward those inner hips and just gently put a little bit of pressure pressing down here. You don't want to use the knee. Stay up by the hip here. Keeping the spine long, you can tip your belly button toward your heels. And you can play here as well. Maybe notice what happens when you open your feet like a book, right? And then when you ground the four corners, we connect the four corners. Maybe it's more of an in and out with your upper body. Maybe it's a little more pressure on the inner hip. Maybe it's a little less. Find what feels good for your body. Every day is different. It's different from the beginning of class. We're going to take one more nice big breath. Hanging on to the ankles as we lift the chest. Keep hanging on. Shift back just enough to lift your feet up off the floor and balance. Holding here. For a moment, let the legs be really heavy and maybe let your belly go a little bit. So you're really feeling the arms hold the legs up. See if you can feel a really awesome stretch across the tops of your shoulders, maybe even down into your upper arms. Maybe all the way down. And then re-engage again here. Without releasing your feet to the floor if you can. Take your index and middle fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Sit up really, really tall and balance. How about extending the right leg? And don't worry about straight, don't worry about wide. We didn't really work into those places today. Just more of a balance thing. Notice how the body wants to shift, right? See if you can find the pulse between the weight shift and the centering. Maybe. Okay? Bring it back. And then the same idea with the left leg. Finding your balance, finding the pulse, finding the shifts, finding stability in all of that. And then bring it back. Let's hang on to the ankles again. Keeping the chest lifted for just another moment. I really didn't cue well for this, but as long as you have some space behind you, go ahead and just C-curve the spine and roll on down to your back. If you need to scoot forward first so you don't end up laying on the floor, that's fine too. So rolling back, keeping the soles of the feet together, let them come to the floor. Just let the knees rest wide. See if you can feel the breath. Same idea with your exhalations. Can you release a little bit deeper? Or maybe it's simply the passing of a beat or a pulse that gently allows those hips to release. Let's go ahead and bring the knees together. And then gently draw the knees into the chest. And let your legs rock, or rocking on your hips, or maybe you feel this more on your lower hips, or maybe you bring your knees really far in so you feel this more in your lower and maybe even in your middle back. And just letting your body flow to where it needs to be, where you want the sensation, where you need the massage. And then let's come to a center. We want to make sure that the weight of the body is on the pelvis. So the knees too close into the chest is a little bit tough on the back. The knees too far away from the chest can be too much for the lower back. So we really want to feel that balance. You can absolutely leave your knees bent. If you'd like, you can take them straight. More challenging for sure. We're going to open the arms out into a T position, and you can have palms face up or face down. If my legs are extended, I let them down, but again, do you. Okay? And then we're just going to flow side to side with our breath. So exhaling, or your rhythm maybe, taking the legs over to the right, and then inhaling to bring them up to center. Switching sides, take it left, and then center. So again, if you want it a little less intense, you can bend your knees side to side. Again, notice if your legs start drifting away or coming too close. Keeping the knees and the weight right over the pelvis so it can rock side to side. So once you've taken your legs over to the right again, go ahead and let them come to the floor. Allow yourself to hold here for a couple breaths. If you need to shift or adjust somewhere, then definitely shift or adjust. Maybe starting to feel your rhythm slow. We'll take one more breath here. Gently bringing yourself back up to the middle. So legs straight or bent. Taking it over to the left. And then when you get there, allow your legs to relax to the floor. And maybe they don't even quite touch the floor. But see if you can just release anyway. Shift if you gotta shift. Sometimes you get a little crooked here. Take another nice big breath. And then gently bring it back to center. Drawing the knees back into the chest again here. Rocking and shifting as your body needs. Let's go ahead and hug the knees into the chest nice and tight. See if you can wrap your arms across your shins. Draw your forehead towards your knees. And then release that out and take a big full body stretch. Work every muscle for just a moment more. And then release that stretch. Let your arms come back down by your sides. Align your body. Take the time to create the neutral spine. Relax your shoulders back. Let your feet flop open. Feeling grounded with the entire body into the mat. Releasing control of your breath. Just notice where the natural rhythm of your breath falls now. Feeling the pace slow. Staying attentive to the flow. Giving yourself just a few minutes here. cleansing breath, and then let it all go. Gently allow your body to move and stretch. When you're ready, bring the feet flat. Slowly roll yourself to the side. Pause in that fetal position. Give yourself just another moment in this quiet place. And then gently make your way back up to seat. Bring the palms to touch. Feeling connected to your rhythm. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. Hope that was fun for you. We got a little dance party. Remember, I'm open to suggestions and things that you want to do or see, questions that you have, anything. Like I said, give me a shout if you know anything about licensing for music that I can use, because I'll toss it in there if I can, or if that's something you guys even care about. Right? So have a great weekend. It looks pretty nice out there. So have fun. See you when I see you guys. Thank you. Bye.